Very excited to have my friend and colleague Doug Staup in the studio, Ice Axe Expeditions. Good to see you.
Great seeing you, Tahoe. You're the man.
You're the man. This guy. I was just saying before you got on the show, you've done more trips on skis to the North Pole and South Pole than anybody else. How many trips does that add up to be?
You know, it's 14 to the north and 10 to the south, and it's been sort of an evolution of really enjoying the polar environment and a couple long trips, and I think there's a lot of introspective thought in those, and certainly enjoy the polar world. And I'm one of 9 international polar guides, which is sort of like a UIAGM kind of certification, which is a lot of credentials and glacier travel and all that kind of stuff.
Sure.
So.
Yeah, no, you're an expert on it, and I know you go and speak abroad on the topics, and not only experiencing and enjoying these areas, but also trying to work to preserve them some.
Absolutely, and not only preserve these amazing areas, but also talk about climate change with certain individuals in leadership corps and that kind of thing, and also public speaking. I do a lot of motivational speaking.
Yeah.
But.
And you have kind of a crazy background as like you did some stunts down in Hollywood. I mean, I think you played soccer in the past, and you've taken this just incredible kind of renaissance path through everything. You seem to obviously just be psyched on whatever the adventure is, whenever the outcome is unknown. That's, I think, what Yvon Chouinard said was a true adventure, when you don't know what the hell is going to happen at the end. You're getting ready to leave from Cuba and paddleboard on a surfboard, stand-up paddle, to Key West.
Yeah, I think the idea started about a year ago. I went around Lake Tahoe on a SUP in about 16 hours and 33 minutes, and I've been doing some local races and that kind of thing, but really fell in love with Lake Tahoe again by doing that in 16 hours and just every nook and cranny, not more than 100 meters away from the coast, and really just truly fell in love with the sport, and also with Lake Tahoe, because it's just an amazing place to go every nook and cranny. But then the idea came about of it hasn't been done before, of trying to stand up paddle from Cuba to Key West, and summertime is sort of their calmer. I know that there's a lot of hurricanes and stuff like that, but if you can sort of find a time frame in between, I'm going to give it a go. I'm going to need a lot of luck. It's about 120 miles from Hemingway Marina all the way to the southernmost bar in the world, or on the United States, and hopefully I can get her done. I mean, it's I attempted it last year in September and ran out of I had a boat that had some engine difficulty, believe it or not, and had to sort of scratch the thing, and I waited another week in Key West, but wasn't able to get it done last year.
So how much of this is going down there and then waiting for all these meteorological things to line up, the winds pushing the right ways, the seas being calm, the skies, whatever it is, whatever you're looking for?
Well, I have about a week window, and it's going to take a lot of luck. And the stand-up paddle thing has been sort of a new love of mine. I mean, my love is really ski mountaineering. Started Ice Axe Expeditions back in 1999 with the first ski and snowboard descent of the highest peak in Antarctica. And Todd's been guiding for me for about 4 or 5 years on Antarctic trips. And you just got back from I do some ski sailing trips out of Spitsbergen, which is above the Arctic Circle, and you're skiing 80 degrees north, and there's all kinds of amazing wildlife up there. And we haven't even really talked about how the trip went, and it was a Free Skier magazine team, and you got some skiing in.
It's really cool, because you and I have taken similar paths. I mean, with just ski mountaineering and climbing and mountain adventures. But what's really cool that you've done, that I just keep trying so hard to promote to different friends and clients, is that you kind of said, hey, people always say to me, God, dude, you do all these cool trips. With Ice Axe, that's what you're doing, is you're saying, hey, look, all the logistics are worked out. You want to go to Antarctica and ski, because I came back, everybody said, oh, I want to go to Antarctica and ski. You're putting together another trip for this November, and I understand maybe a few spots still available?
Yeah, there's about 8 or 9 spots out of the 122 spots available. So we've had a really good season, and people are booking calls every day. So there is a few more spots, and I'm stoked for you to be a part of it again. You are a true alpinist and great ski guide, and certainly love having you, Todd. You're all-star. And we not only lead trips to Antarctica, which yeah, these unique trips that really no one else is doing. The ski sailing in Spitsbergen, we're doing trips to the Mid-Atlas in Morocco ski touring. We're running, ISACS is also running a couple trips, ski touring trips to Greenland this year out of Sissamute, Southwest Greenland. We're also running our first Arctic Circle Marathon, which is a 42 kilometer and also a 50 kilometer race this year out of Sissamute too, on a groomed ski track that they'll run on in April. And then Spitsbergen's another love of mine that I've run for the last couple of years, run ski touring trips up there too, which is an amazing place. I mean, I love skiing down to wildlife. I think it's
skiing down to the ocean,
or the ocean as well,
and skiing with polar bears, and I mean, it's amazing doing these trips. But what's, like I said, is really cool is how ISACS now is making it available for people to go, I don't know what to bring. Hey, here's the list to bring. Here's a guide to show you what to do. That was part of what I came away from so blown away at how you put together this whole group of guides. Everybody got along really well, and I think everybody was somewhat humbled by the next person. There's a guy who's been to the top of Everest. There's a guy who's climbed El Capitan a million times. There's a guy who's skied all 7 summits. I mean, it was just an amazing collection of guides. So not only are you with experts out there in the mountains, every night there was a great presentation from one of these experts on the boat. No,
absolutely. It's just a great, I mean, you are ISACS when you're down there, and you lead your 4 clients to an amazing experience. And you know, everyone really joins that trip and really wants to ski Antarctica. And my goal is try to make them more of an ambassador for Antarctica, and just an amazing place, as you know.
You do awesome stuff. Doug Staup, it's called ISACSexpeditions.com is the website.
.tv.
So easy enough to find. You'll see all the different trips right there. Hey, sit with me for just a second. I think the U.S. Coast Guard Auxiliary is on the phone right now. Morning.